gentlemen, welcome back. This is our third episode of our podcast. Quick note, we hit a bit of a snag when we first started with our PB&J name.
Yeah.
We didn't look it up first to see who else had it. Turns out there's a lot of PB&J podcasts out there.
Yeah.
So we got the name changed, Imperfection to the Third. If you get it, I don't know. There's three of us. 1, 2, 3.
To the third power.
Third power.
The third power.
For all you math
Imperfect
nerds.
people searching for perfection.
That is.
It is very deep. But yeah. So I just want to start off with that. Next thing I would like to talk about, just really quick. I just want to point out to what type of shoes we're wearing right now.
Ooh. Okay.
So, what shoes are you wearing right now, Brian?
Well, right now I'm wearing my dad's shoes, sponsored by H&M. Nah, yeah, just comfortable shoes. They were like $20. See, I take risks with fashion, so if I see something and I think I can pull it off, I'll try it. That's just how I am. So H&M specials right now.
So what I'm wearing right now, you can make fun of me for it, but they're a Christmas gift and they're very comfortable.
You got the
are UGG slippers.
Ooh, I called it.
Uggs. So
Nice.
I've had them for a little while. They're pretty comfortable.
Nice. Tom Brady?
Hey,
No.
yeah.
No.
Why not? Who doesn't want to be Tom Brady?
I don't. But anyways, what shoes are you wearing?
I am currently not wearing any shoes. I'm in my socks. But when I walked into before the podcast, I was wearing my classic Puma Romas
Okay.
because I have to stick with the roots.
Gotcha.
So
really, I just wanted to point out the fact that you're not wearing any shoes.
Yeah.
I'm wearing slippers.
it's very
So,
true.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, thanks for making me look like an ass on the camera. Appreciate it.
You're
Cheers.
welcome. I love you.
Mhm.
So, you guys went and saw Star Wars or what?
We are here. Yes.
Yes.
We all watched it.
Yes, we
Yes, we did.
We all
Separately,
watched
by the way, we all went
Yeah,
separately.
we all went separately. Yeah,
so.
I went. Was it a couple nights ago on
Thursday
Thursday?
night,
I
opening
went.
night.
Yeah, I went Friday.
And then I went yesterday. So
So, is it the best one so far?
no,
No.
not the best.
What's the best one? Okay, real quick. What's the best one you?
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay,
Even though I'm wearing like New Hope one, but
that's fine.
Empire Strikes Back.
It's a tie for me because I loved Return of the Jedi. That was like my favorite one at the time, and even though it critically speaking, it's the worst one that they voted for. Episode 1 to me is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Episode 1 is not the worst. Episode 2,
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, was by far the worst Star Wars movie.
They said Episode 1 was
Not
the
really,
worst because they said Jar Jar is one of the worst characters, but then also there's this like rumor going around that Jar Jar is like a Sith Lord in disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a fan theory.
Yeah, as a fan theory. I don't know, man. I like this one a lot. I don't know if it's my favorite.
I say it's,
I like The Force Awakens a lot
yeah.
because the only thing that I wish they had in this one was a little more lightsaber
Sure.
fight scenes.
Mhm.
Which, I mean, they had a little bit, but if they had a little more, but the story was great, and I like how they went against what the fans were,
Expecting.
thinking, expecting. They were like, oh, this is gonna happen, and they threw you for a twist with, thinking that this is gonna happen with Rey and
Right.
and maybe
Oh,
Kyle is gonna turn.
I guess spoiler alert. Should we go spoiler alert?
I guess,
On
yeah.
this? Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, I'll put it up a little bit later. But
Yeah,
yeah,
warning. warning.
we're about to drop some stuff right now.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Hey, if
Heavy
you didn't
stuff.
see it,
Yeah.
it's your fault.
Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know what you were doing this
Yeah, what
weekend,
the hell
but
were you doing
nah,
this
Priority.
Yeah, it is
I'm gonna go watch
priorities.
it again.
Hell
I'm actually gonna watch again.
Jesus, get your life
I got
together.
you. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna watch it again IMAX this next time.
Okay.
Get a bigger
Okay.
screen, 3D probably. And the first time I saw Force Awakens was in 3D, and it was amazing in 3D.
Yeah.
I just remember the scene where Rey, we get first introduced to Rey, and she's like sliding down the rope inside the AT-AT, and it just because it's in 3D, there's depth to it,
Yeah.
and it's just like it makes you like realize how big it really is. You see
Right.
like this little person just sliding down the rope on the inside of it.
Dude, it broke my heart when when Luke was.
Oh, died.
It did, and I knew it was gonna happen. I think we talked about it in one of the
Yeah.
podcasts before. I was like, they're gonna ascend Rey's character by killing off Luke or somebody like that.
But the way they did it, though, I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that was a very
expected.
big twist. I will
Yeah.
say.
Was.
The one thing I noticed throughout the movie is they paid homage to the old Star Wars a lot in the movie. If you've noticed, like the one scene where the Millennium Falcon comes in to save the day on the other planet, and then they're chasing him through the caverns or whatever, and then like it pops into like this core in the caverns. Like that's an homage to Return of the Jedi when they're going to shoot the core. And there's another, they paid homage to like Jurassic Park, like the scene where those like animals are about to run through like the gambling parlor, and you see the glass shaking with the water. Like there's a lot of like foreshadowing or paying tribute to other movies in that film. I thought that was really cool. I love the twists and the turns. And it also kind of like how Anakin, except he didn't ended up doing it, but he was gonna take over Darth Sidious's role, but then Kylo took it another step further and killed Snoke, and now he's number one. You know what I mean? True. So I think there's a lot of like,
there's a lot of build up for the next movie.
There
like,
is.
This, I think, what people don't like about this movie the most is probably because a lot happens, a lot of talking, a lot of things are playing out, and I think this movie really sets up for like almost like a big grand finale for the next one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, and that has to happen though. You have to have.
There's a lot of setting up.
Yeah.
In this one.
I like how they used, like I told you, they didn't use the CGI Yoda so much. Like when he came back, he looked more like the Yoda from like the old movies.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that too. Yeah, for sure.
So, because when I was in the room like yesterday. Before I went out, and they had episode 1 on TV, and then you look at Yoda. Yeah, you look at Yoda in episode 1, and then you look at him from like episode 4, 5, and 6, and you're just kind of like, man, it's so much different. So when they took him looking like he did from the movies in the 70s and 80s, it was kind of cool. I was like, okay, that's badass, man.
Well, yeah, because you gotta think at the time of like episode 1 or episode 1 through episode 3, Yoda was like between like 400 and 600 years old. So when he got to Luke, he was like,
True,
True. He was like going on like 700 and something when he finally passed on.
Man, it was a good movie though. I liked it a lot. I liked how they had a lot of humor in it too.
Yeah,
you know, as opposed to like the older movies.
Cliffhangers, a lot of cliffhangers.
Yeah.
I'd say there's only one thing about this one I didn't like. It kind of threw me like, this is kind of weird. I mean, it makes sense, but it has to do with Leia. And
you like is the scene where she gets blown out and then she like
floats back to the ship.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? It's weird. I don't know. It was weird. That's probably just a weird moment for me in that movie. Kind of took me out of it for a moment.
Is that the first time that we've really seen her like use the Force?
Yeah.
Because
not really, because she can sense and feel Luke.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like actually
knows.
see her like do something like
yes.
Because like
physically, yes.
Physically, yeah. Because in other movies, you really don't see her do anything like that. So people kind of put Leia like to the side. They're like, no, she's important, but
the first time she used her powers, I believe, was in Return of the Jedi when her and Han are sitting there after they've won the battle on whatever Yandar or whatever, and Han's like, I know Luke wasn't on the ship. I'm sure he's fine. And she like senses that she knows that no, he wasn't. And she reveals to Han that he's my brother. So then that whole relationship like officially starts. So that's the first time. But physically, yes, I didn't like that neither. I was like, I had my mind set on the fact that they were just gonna kill off the original cast, and they're gonna go a separate way. But they're keeping her for whatever reason, for a certain reason. I think it was on the Graham Norton show that they, Mark Hamill in the cast said that we pay homage to her in the third one, or whatever. So hopefully it works out. I'm hoping that Rey's gonna start recruiting Jedi like that kid at the end of the movie that like
grabs the
grabs the broom, is watching the shooting star across the galaxy. I'm hoping she's gonna start building her numbers, and I'm still holding out hope that Finn is a Jedi. It's a stretch. I know it's a stretch, but I'm hoping.
I don't know, man. Yeah, but the thing is like.
And that's an interesting dynamic. Now they have the love triangle going on, which is another thing about like how
love triangle. I don't think there is a love triangle.
Yeah, there is because
it's Rose.
Yeah, Rose is in love with Finn. Finn's in love with Rey, the same way it worked in The New Hope, where Leia can't decide between Luke and Han because she doesn't know he's a brother. So they had that triangle thing going on again.
True. I don't know, man. Like I as far as what did you mention before the love triangle?
Finn.
Oh, Finn being a Jedi.
Oh no, going back to Rey, can she? That's interesting if she tries to recruit.
Well, because she saved the Jedi
she's not
text.
like a Jedi yet.
I think she is. She has to be.
She's
She's got no one left to train her.
But she can't just take that role on. Like
I think she can.
She can't just call herself a Jedi.
Well, no, she's probably what she's gonna do is probably
there's X's and O's to this.
Yeah, well, I understand there's a step in the process, but when push comes to shove and you got no one else to train you unless you like communicate with the people that passed on,
which I think is going to happen.
Yeah, which is gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see if she does do that, like how she would fare having them under her wing, because we really haven't seen her.
Well, if you notice towards the end of the movie, when they're in the Millennium Falcon, when they save everybody, they open up the drawer. She took the Jedi text before Yoda burned down the tree.
Yeah.
So she has the knowledge now. She just needs to put it to use.
Yoda said that wasn't shit though.
Well, I mean,
he's like, those books trash. We already know that stuff. Like,
yeah. Well, he said Yoda said she already knows everything she needs to know. She needs to put it into plan.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping she'll recruit, and I'm hoping that Finn will become a Jedi in the next one. It's a stretch because he's a stormtrooper, whatever, but former stormtrooper. But you know,
I don't think he'll be a Jedi. He'll probably be, kind of like that Han character.
Okay.
Where he's
a very big. He plays a big role.
Yeah.
Making big decisions.
Yeah.
Making
I don't
things
think
happen.
he'll be a Jedi.
Oh, and his Chrome Dome, is she alive? Phasma. I think so.
I'm gonna say yeah.
That's hard. That's a long fall into fire.
She is a badass though.
Well, what I'm saying is, I think the fact of like he dented her helmet so you could see her eye, but couldn't see her whole face, and when someone shot at her, it just bounced right off. I think that thing was fireproof, and I think she's coming back, but she'll be more like robotic.
Probably.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
It'd be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to throw a twist in there, so that would be interesting to see though.
Overall, I give it a solid A. It's one of my favorite ones.
Going back to the love triangle, is it a triangle though? Because you remember, Finn was checking on Rose, and I think
Rey noticed.
No, she didn't notice. She introduced herself to what's his nuts?
Pilot.
Oh,
Pilot. Yeah. Commander.
Pope, right?
Yeah, Pope.
He was like, "Hey, this and that," and it was just like a short exchange, but they put it there for a reason.
Yeah.
I feel like because like if not like
because saw that big old glisten in his eyes. It's like,
yeah. He's amazed because she could totally whoop his ass. Like,
yeah, they put it there for a reason.
No,
and it was just a quick like exchange, and then they would cut it out when went back to Finn checking on his other girl. So I don't know, man. I guess it's a love triangle, but is it a love square now?
Possibly. Because Rose is in love with Finn, Finn's in love with Rey, and I guess, Poe's in love with Rey now. Or not in love, infatuated, I would say.
There you go. Good word.
Yeah, so.
He's interested. That was a great movie, though.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd probably put it. I wouldn't say because it's new. I honestly think it was really good.
It said it was the second highest grossing movie to come out on a Thursday. Getting 45 million.
I was reading the article on Forbes, and it was it was being very sarcastic. Like, oh man, Disney's not pulling the numbers they did with Force Awakens. They only pulled like just a little under 105 million on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was reading that. I was
like, come on, guys, you couldn't. Nobody had anything.
It's like, oh man, Disney's in trouble.
Yeah. Because number one was Force Awakens.
Yeah, they just paid $5.6 billion for the Fox Century catalogs, and they got like, I don't think they're hurting at all because now they got the Fantastic Four now, they got X-Men, they got Deadpool, which I'm happy that Disney announced they're keeping the Deadpool R-rated and they're not going to try and make it like a kid friendly thing. They're going to keep it to its.
You can't make Deadpool kid friendly. No.
Well, I mean, Disney does that with everything though.
But okay, so with Disney now with owning like X-Men, so Fox put out 2 rated R movies, or Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So, would this be the first rated R Disney movie? Then, if they continue to,
yes,
keep it, because I know what was the first PG-13 Disney movie? Was it like Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe?
I don't know. That's a good
Was
question.
that PG-13?
I think that was PG. I don't remember. Because, like, for it to be, like, that there has to be an excessive amount of swearing and shit.
Well, just action. Because remember, was it?
Because there's no love scenes in any of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Look at episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. That was the first PG-13 Star Wars movie. There was no swearing. There was no little love thing going on. It was just the high action violence and maybe some scary images. I don't know. I read the...
Well,
I still can't watch episode 3. Can't do it. It's too sad.
It's too sad.
Yeah, it's too sad.
I love that one.
Just because like we discussed this last time. Like all my favorite characters die, so it's just like that Departed scene. You know what I mean? Like, but you said it's part of the growth, so that way the franchise can move on to the next story.
Yeah. So Pirate of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl was the first PG-13 Disney movie.
The first one, Curse of the Black Pearl, was the fucking first. Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I just wish they would do a fucking time period in between episode 3 after Anakin puts on the suit and A New Hope, where he's like, I know Rogue One, but they don't really focus on Vader. Like, I want them to focus on Vader, like show his dominance and like what the hell he was doing in between that time frame.
Like to build the Empire.
All Jedi, just fucking slaying him. That's what he was doing. I want them to put that in a movie, but I don't know if they're gonna do it or not.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
What I would like to see with Star Wars is once they get done with this new trilogy, is they put it on the shelves, put Star Wars on the shelves for at least another 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got the Han Solo project coming out.
Yeah, I mean they got little projects here and there.
I wonder how that's gonna be.
They're going through a lot already, like production issues with that movie.
With Han?
Yeah, I think like changing up directors.
Do they have a person to play him?
Yeah,
they've had the person to play him. I can't remember his name.
Is he known?
Yeah, he's known. I'm trying to think of like the more impressive movies he's been in. He plays. He's in the what's the vampire werewolf movies with Bella and Edward.
Oh,
Twilight.
Which one is he?
He's in the part 2. He's one of the vampires that joins forces with Edward at the end of the movie. Like he's kind of like, I think he's either Persian or Armenian. I think.
Eldon. I can't say his name. Henrich.
Yeah.
Question is he as good looking as Harrison Ford was back in the 70s?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
All right, well then
he might be able to pull it.
But my sleeper, the reason I really want to see this project, because to me, he has the dopest name in the history of the Star Wars universe. They casted my boy Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
No shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So
shout out to
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, you're the man.
Yeah, Lando Calrissian is the dopest name in the history of all Star Wars universe. So I'm excited for that.
Well, yeah, I'm looking for that then.
I mean, is he Billy D. Williams? We'll see. Because Billy D. Williams was a smooth,
Nobody's Billy D.
Yeah, I would say the Colt 45 commercials back in the day, smooth Billy.
You can't touch Billy D, man.
That mustache and that mini afro was smooth operator. But
yeah, you can't fuck with Billy D.
But what'd you guys think of the fights last night? Robbie Lawler got his ass kicked, but that's just...
I did not get to those.
He did, and I was surprised. I thought he was too big for Dos Anjos. I thought the fight, not the co-main event, but the one before that was Mike Perry and some other kid, new guy coming up. I thought Mike Perry was going to take a win.
Yeah, so did I.
He lost by decision.
Them Flint boys, no. He was getting beat the whole fight, and then like the exclamation point for that fight is when he got caught with that spinning back fist.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But yeah, the Dos Anjos fight. I didn't think he was going to beat Lawler, dude. I thought Robbie was going to be too big, too strong. I knew Dos Anjos would have the speed. He'd have more weapons, but
using a lot of leg kicks.
Yeah, I just thought Robbie would be too ferocious and pressing him, but that clearly wasn't the case.
I still think Robbie has never been the same after that fight with Rory. Those 2 fights with Rory.
Nah, man, he took so much damage. Yeah. Dude's lip was literally split in half. Yeah. He's giving an interview and his lip's hanging off. Oh, it's fucking brutal. Yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, he's not the same. Like when you when you take that kind of punishment, like the human body is not meant to take that kind of damage. So you're never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Nah.
Especially like mentally,
yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Well, you like as a fighter, you come to a point where like, damn, like I won, but you know, I took a lot of shots. Like I'm vulnerable.
Plus, Robbie's been fighting for a long time.
Yeah.
Like since he was like 19, bro, and he's like in his 30s now. Like it's probably about time where he's starting to think, hey, maybe I should just.
I remember watching him and Nick Diaz go at it in Strikeforce, dude. You know,
So yeah, he has kids. That might be a good time to say, hey, you know what?
Hopefully he made his money, dude. Because a lot of these UFC fighters aren't getting paid.
But you know what I would like to see, since Dos Anjos won? Let's say, I don't think it's going to happen. Let's just say he beats Woodley, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say Dos Anjos beats Woodley, gets the welterweight title. Oh, hey, Connor, you remember when you were supposed to fight Dos Anjos?
Yeah.
And you pulled out? Why don't you go try to get a third belt?
Yeah.
That would be...
That'd be interesting. I mean, Connor has to pick whoever he wants. So he said in the press the other day that his next fight will be a UFC fight, but he's dealing with a lot of shit right now. I guess he slapped the wrong person, and now he's dealing with Irish mobsters in Dublin.
Well, Brendan Schaub was talking about that because I guess he's really close to a lot of people in his entourage.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Yo, like, he's good. Like, don't worry. Like, there's not a time where he is vulnerable and he doesn't have people around him."
Well, no, I'm not saying he's vulnerable. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes it happens where. I guess the backstory about the whole situation is that an Irish family beat up one of Connor's friends. So Connor saw him in a bar and beat the shit out of him in public. And that dude's a somebody, you know what I mean? You know, he's part of the wrong crowd. So I mean, and like that's just kind of like a type of no-no situation because like the UK has their own underworld too.
They do, but I mean, will that affect his fighting?
No.
I
don't think his life is in danger. I just think that just like the whole Bellator situation, I understand that you are who you are, but you can't just be going around doing what you want 24/7. You know what I mean?
So they'd have to like pay off some people probably.
I would say you have to pay. I would have to say
or give something like, hey, here's a gift.
Maybe.
I wouldn't say you have to pay anybody off, but it'll have to be old school, like, you know, two sides coming together and there's a sit down and there's a mediator between the two, and like so something has to come to an agreement. I think a sit down will happen. It will happen behind closed doors, but only time will tell.
Nah, he's fine. Yeah. Look, all I want to see is
I want to see him and Ferguson or him and Diaz first. That's what I want to see.
He's probably gonna fight. Well, he's gonna have to fight for the unification.
Otherwise, he relinquishes it, right?
Yeah. That fight has to happen. If they're smart, like I said, UFC, they listen to me. Take my advice. What you do is you have him fight Ferguson in March on St. Patty's Day. Because he's Irish, he's going to get all the motherfuckers from Ireland to come over. Everybody in Boston is going to want to be there. It's going to sell out.
Chicago, yeah.
It's going to sell out like crazy. So then you have Frankie and Holloway on the undercard.
Ooh, okay.
And then you have them on the co-main event. In the event that Holloway wins and Conor wins, then you have the rematch for the 155-pound title because they fought before when they were both young puppies. You have them fight.
That was a tough fight, too.
Yeah. It went all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
You let that happen, and then from there, if Holloway wins, what does Conor do? That's the question. If Conor wins, then you say, all right, let's go to Diaz. We still have GSP that wants to cut to 170. Or if Dos Anjos fights Woodley and wins, hey, Conor, go get another belt.
Yeah. The only fight that I think Conor would win all his fights. The only fight that really, like, I wouldn't say scares me or kind of worries me because I am a McGregor fan. Anytime he fights Diaz, it's just you just never know. You just don't. I mean, he played it smart the second time around. Like when he got into the exchanges against the cage, he like ran away or like walked away from it and like restarted. You know what I mean? But
the thing is, if his cardio was a lot better, he would have had no problem with Diaz. But the fact that Conor, his cardio isn't where it should be, is why he runs into issues because Diaz is a bigger guy. And granted,
triathlete.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, Diaz has amazing cardio. But if you're not, like he fought at 170? They fought twice at 170. So you have extra weight. You're going to get more tired when you're trying to put out more power, energy in your punches. So if his cardio was up to par, he would know how to balance that. So now if they fight at 155, he'll probably need to be where he needs to be as far as cardio wise, but Diaz is going to be a beast too because that's his natural weight class.
Well, I think the comparison when they fight, because the fight will happen eventually, that Diaz has to come down in weight because he's not going to fight him at 170. He's going to maybe 155.
But I think if Conor pressed him and just, like I said, work on your cardio, work on that gas tank, and you press Diaz the whole fight, you'll beat him easily.
Work on that jiu-jitsu. That's the funny thing. It's crazy to me that Nate's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he does not use it in really any of his fights.
Because they like to fight, bro. They're from fucking Stockton. They like to throw hands.
I understand they like to scrap, and that's made them a household name, even though they don't fight. Yeah. Nate hasn't fought since the McGregor fight because he cashed out. And Nick hasn't fought because he's under that suspension, which I think they like.
No, he's good to fight.
Yeah,
they've been trying to get him to fight for a minute.
But he's like, I'm not. Well, because he's making too much money in the cannabis industry.
True, but he wanted the right fight too. He wanted an immediate title shot when he came back.
Well, I'm saying, what better shot than giving him a second chance at GSP? That fight would sell.
It would sell, but GSP doesn't have the title anymore. So I feel like people now, if they fought without the title, like they don't care about it as much. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But you can have him fight Woodley.
I'd see that.
That would sell.
Yeah. I'd be interesting to see.
But
I'd like it. But I'm not like a huge Woodley guy, but I respect Woodley.
He's talented. He's definitely talented. And there's nobody in the welterweight division right now that's looking like they're going to beat him.
No. It's too big. It's too big. It's too strong.
So, like, what do you do? Like, you have to make it super fight, or you have to pull somebody that.
That's great. That's crazy to me because like his striking, he's got powerful hands, and then the fact of that Damian Maia fight, he fucking stuffed Maia 22 for 22. Like,
yeah, couldn't take him down.
Yeah, couldn't take him down. Yeah, what do you do? How do you beat that guy? So that's an interesting question. Yeah, definitely.
But. Yeah, that's why I said Dos Anjos is going to get washed by him. If Maya can't take him down, you know damn well you're not going to take him down. Right. You know if you got knocked out by Eddie Alvarez, you know Tyron Woodley's going to put hands on you and put you to sleep.
Your knees are going to buckle. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like...
For sure. But another big thing like this weekend is that it seems that every rapper decided on Friday is their album release date. So...
Yeah.
So
4 albums?
4 albums. It was G-Eazy, N.E.R.D, G-Eazy, and Eminem's. So I happen to listen to all 4, and my front runner right now is the Jeezy album. Jeezy, Young Jeezy. Well, he doesn't go by Young Jeezy anymore. I guess it's just Jeezy. But
Jeezy, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I would say, see, the first 3 or 4 songs on the album I really enjoyed. And then there's like that middle section of the album where I just really didn't care for it that much. But then he saved it with song 9 through 13. But everything in between that, like 4 through 8, I really didn't like.
But G-Eazy was dope.
Yeah.
G-Eazy had a dope.
That's the thing is I think everyone knew what they were gonna get with the G-Eazy and Jeezy album. But I think the collabs on Jeezy's album, Jeezy has like arguably the biggest collab of the year on his album, so
yeah, true. J. Cole killed that.
Yeah, and then he has like really good features. Like he has a song with Kodak Black and YG. Kodak Black is absolutely trash on the song, and YG saves the song. But
when is Kodak not trash?
That's true. Well, I think that whole XXL freshman class was trash.
Let's be honest here. Like when is he not trash?
Well, I mean, he's got a big verse on Pills and Automobiles. I really don't care for it, but
Chris Brown song Pills and Automobiles is Chris Brown's song.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, the other 2 motherfuckers on it was Kodak Black and who else? Exactly.
Yeah. Yo Gotti's on the song.
Yo Gotti. Yeah, I mean he makes.
And I don't know the other dude.
He makes strip club music. All right, so you can give him that or club music, but Chris Brown made that song from start to finish.
But besides American Dream with J. Cole and Kendrick on it, My favorite collab is he has a song with called "The Life" with Wizkid and Trey Songz. Trey Songz kills that shit.
What about Eminem though? Like what? Like,
he hates America now. That's literally what the album's all about. He hates everything that's going on in America these days.
Music already. Whew.
Does he hate America? Does he hate America or does he hate?
He hates the inequalities.
Okay.
Like the album is basically like him saying that everything that's wrong with America, everything he's seen in his time, it's all come ahead, especially with Trump being president, who he can't stand. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's talking about like how Trump is just like a horrible president. He's talking about how America was built on lies by like pretty much exterminating the Native American population. He's talking about his minority friends being targeted by cops, and now he never had to deal with that problem. Like, he's talking about a lot of issues that are front runner issues in America these days. So I think that he's pretty much fed up with how the country is at this point.
Did you like it?
Yes, to a certain extent.
It's really outside of his realm.
Yeah.
So because shout out to Cole, but he said like usually Eminem's the total opposite. Like he plays like the not necessarily like the bad guy, but like a rebel, so to speak. Like he'll say, reckless stuff, and he kind of like
he's not afraid to
like that
call out anybody or everything.
mentality. But like now he's on the side of the press, and he's like, which isn't a bad thing. Like what he's talking about in the album, it's just not the Eminem that we've grown to listen to over the last however many years was it been like 17 years now.
20 years. What 99 was his first album, right?
Yeah, so 17, 18 years.
Slim
like,
Shady LP.
That's not really him. So I don't know. I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good.
Just different.
Yeah, it was a lot different.
Something
It's just nothing. Yeah, I guess you just have to get used to it. Pretty much. Yeah.
It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't my favorite. G-Eazy's was my favorite album that came out. And then I couldn't really judge N.E.R.D's album because
N.E.R.D's album was dope.
It was all over the place, dude. It was like just shoot, and I was just like trying to. I was trying to.
They had the best collabs.
Take it in. Well, anytime you get Andre 3 stacks for a verse,
Three
like
stacks,
that, yeah.
They had Kendrick on there like a couple times. They had MIA on there.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, they had so many good collabs. I think they had a collab with Gucci and who was it? Gucci and somebody else, but it's crazy.
I got that. Hold on.
Crazy collabs. Yeah, they definitely set it off with their album. And like, I don't know, people.
There's one song that was like heavily influenced by Japanese culture. I like
Wale was on that track.
Yeah.
With Gucci. And then they had
Ed Sheeran. That's crazy.
Ed Sheeran.
Future
was on there.
Yeah.
Rihanna was on there, of course, with that single they put out. I like their album. Like, I don't know if people really. A lot of people now probably really don't know about N.E.R.D.
Right.
So.
2003 N.E.R.D. with clips, that.
Yeah, it's probably hard for them to like get into it because like that. But this has always kind of been like their
sound
style, their sound.
Sure.
So it's nothing new. It's just, I mean, maybe it's a little new, but it's nothing like outside of what they usually do.
Well, they've always been outside the box in a lot of ways. So I mean, I agree.
It's dope, man. But yeah, Jeezy, I like Jeezy's album though. It was good. I just thought G-Eazy, man, he had like. Because I was going to skip through different songs, but then I would listen to some and I would just keep going down the line. I went through the whole album. I was like, yo, like that was a dope-ass album. Like, probably better than Eminem's album. It was better than Eminem's album, in my opinion. I'll say it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll say it.
I only sampled a little bit of Eminem's and G-Eazy. I was actually listening to G-Eazy on the way here, but my issue with me to listen to music, because I will listen to music mostly when I'm driving, is I become a passive listener. So it's on.
But you're not really paying attention to it,
yeah. Though I did hear him like, so the whole like Gemini thing, like what, because he used that in like he said that in like 2 different songs.
Yeah. I don't know if that's his.
I don't know if that was a thing that he's trying to
Is it a sign or what?
Maybe that's his zodiac sign, and he just using it like. But he did mention Gemini a lot though.
There's one song he said multiple times, and then I guess I came out of La La Land while I was driving and heard him say Gemini again on a different track. So I was like,
I think it was like the first 2 tracks on the song.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's like some sort of.
I don't know what's the name. What was the name of the album? I can't remember. It was
What, Revive?
Oh, The Beautiful
and Damned.
The
Beautiful and Damned.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's his zodiac sign, and he just tried to like throw it in there with.
We're talking about G-Eazy.
We're talking about G-Eazy.
Oh, we're not talking. Okay, all right.
No, we're not talking about the snowman. We're talking about one looks like a snowman.
Yeah, right.
G-Eazy. Nah, I thought honestly, I don't know. I was listening to a lot of G-Eazy's and N.E.R.D. out of the 4 albums that came out. Those are the 2 that like just kind of captured me or like drew me into like listening to that the most. Don't get me wrong, the other 2 were good, but
yeah, I would say Jeezy. Like I said, I only did Jeezy and Eminem, and G-Eazy seemed like a better just seemed like for me just a better listen to as in the.
Well, yeah, it's
overall,
it's not a politically driven album. It's just with G-Eazy, you know you're getting yourself into. He's gonna talk about the partying and the girls and then talk about like the personal problems that come along with that. You know what you're getting yourself into with Jeezy's album, where it's like it's hustler music. N.E.R.D. is just super artsy, super wavy, like creativeness, and then Eminem is just straight like fuck Trump. You know what I mean?
But see, that's the thing. Like, see if he's gonna take that position,
yeah.
Like I told you guys, what I wouldn't want him to do is not put out that single with Beyonce. Because like you said the other day, like the first song sets the tone.
Yeah.
The first single sets the tone of the album. So when he did that, I was like, man, like you can't call him out on TV and do this BET cypher spitting bars about him, and then you put this song out. Like don't get me wrong, it's not a bad song. It's just you got to follow it up with, you know, if you want your first album to be about what you don't like about the man who's running the country, I don't know, put out a song that like brings some heat, man. Like I don't know, hit me in the face. I want to hear some shit where I'm just like, oh. But then I heard that and I was like,
well, the thing about Walk on Water is like the whole song is basically telling people that they hold him in such a high regard. He's kind of like the torchbearer for hip hop, and he's just letting people know like I'm not this like god that you put me up to be. I'm just a normal person, and I'm dealing with the same issues. You know what I mean?
You motherfucker.
What?
Yeah, I have a bone to pick with you about that song. Remember, because you were like,
"Oh yeah,
Adele will sound better."
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. Yeah, sure.
That.
Well, no, they released an article on Complex saying that Adele was supposed to be on the song originally, and they got Beyonce. And then we had this argument where I said that I think Adele's voice is more dramatic, so it would bounce off Eminem's like lyrics better. But then you were saying that no, Beyonce is amazing and is the right person because she has that church voice, that soul-bearing voice. And I said I was like, so Adele doesn't have that church voice, and you're like, no, there's a difference. So
there is a difference because like Adele has Adele has a soulful voice, but like Adele's voice is like fucking ferocious. Like every time she sings,
Beyonce is like her part in that song it seemed like very soothing, very sweet. Where I don't know if Adele could like produce that.
See, Beyonce is like that voice that you hear and you just relax. Like Adele, like you can't sit down and go to sleep to Adele because it's so strong and it's so captivating. You're just like, oh shit, like I have to be at attention when I'm hearing her sing. So with her on that song, it wouldn't have the same impact. I don't think. That's why I said Beyonce was a better fit.
Okay.
But not taking anything away from Adele.
Oh, definitely
she
not.
sing her ass off.
Yeah.
The girl has vocals for days.
Yeah.
So
I think all British singers that have like come out with those like soul R&B albums, because there's been a lot of them. I wish Amy Winehouse would have stuck around long enough for another album. Joss Stone, and I'm trying to think. The original song she sang, and then Eminem sampled it for Stan.
Oh, and I don't know the artist.
Dido was one of the first like real British singers that came out with like an R&B soul sound. Oh, and Natasha.
Sample that.
Yeah, Natasha. Yeah, Natasha Bedingfield's another one. There's been a lot of them.
Yeah, man. Like Beyonce was a good fit for that.
Okay.
Definitely a good fit for it. Like Dom said, soothing, something that's not like just too like. Don't get me wrong. I love powerful like.
I don't think because I don't think that was the tone of the song.
Yeah.
He said it. He said like you said. He's talking about how he's just a human being.
It was like, oh, shit.
So with that song, and then he had that song on his last album, Rap God. So
Yeah.
How
Well, Rap God's just like him talking this shit, letting people know like I'm the king, like you know what I mean?
He's the king of rap.
Yeah, I'm the king.
Just saying, I'm still here.
Yeah, and then here he's saying like
Still remind everybody.
yeah, that he's
I'm a
human.
human being.
Yeah, so it's kind of a tit for tat thing. So I don't know. You could take it either way, but that album came out 4 years ago though. Like it's already been almost 4 years since.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, that
since
came out
Slim Shady LP 2. So
yeah,
which is crazy to me that 4 years went by that quickly. But
Yeah, 4 years. Wow.
yeah, it came out like almost 2000. Yeah, late 2013, early 2014.
I thought this song after Walk on Water, and I was letting you guys hear it,
Yeah.
called Believe. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what it's called. That song went hard because when that beat drops, it was like, like man, and then he just started spitting. That's the shit that I wanted to hear initially before the whole Beyonce track, but I mean, it's definitely not Eminem's best work. So I don't even know. Like, I wonder if he plans to make any more albums after this.
I hope so. I don't think. If anything, if there was an album that if he was going to retire or walk away, I think he should have retired or walked away with Recovery. But I think there's still a lot more to go.
There's a lot of times that rappers say that they're retired and they don't.
Jay-Z, shout out to Rock.
Yeah, Rock Nation.
Yeah. He said he was going to retire in 04.
Well, Jeezy and Eminem said it before too.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm retiring. It.
Still
They
got
come
more
out.
things to say.
Yeah.
6 months later, you hear him on a song, and you're just
Well,
like,
I think Jay-Z's progressively gotten better. Like I think 444 is one of his best albums because he's talking about.
Hold up, what?
I think 444 is one of his best albums. I think so.
So now we're gonna talk about.
Well, no, because like he's reached a point in his life where he's gone beyond being the hustler, like the playboy, like beyond the Rock Nation. Now he's a grown ass man talking about like he's reached a certain plateau that not many rappers will ever get to. I think so. Well, you explain it to me. You go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So what you're saying is, because you're right. Because like you got guys like Jay-Z, Eminem. We've known them forever. They've put in all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make themselves be on top, be
Yeah.
top dogs.
They're on the plateau.
So
yeah.
I guess like at some point, like, what do you think about now? Because like you're trying to validate yourself. You've already been validated. You put out more music to make yourself still stay current. I guess so. Like you're still putting out music to like still say, hey, I'm still here. I'm still one of the best. And so what do they talk about now? So 444 is that like.
Well, I think 444 is like him just being like his own boss. Like finally, like he like literally everything he does, he owns. So it's just him saying like I think it was in the song where he, with Damian Marley where he's talking about like problems like having control over your masters and not being a slave to the record companies, like owning your own thing, and which he has complete control over everything he does now. He doesn't have any partners anymore.
Man.
In anything.
Look, that was not one of his best albums.
Okay, I'm not saying it's his best album. I'm saying it's one of.
Fuck that.
Well, what are we talking about? What's his
Talking about the Blueprint, bro.
Blueprint?
Come on now, you already know what it is.
Shout out to Kanye for all
Shout
the beats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what it is. So that right there, I'll take it older than that, like Reasonable Doubt. Man.
Well, Reasonable Doubt's like the debut album. So
like,
I mean,
come on, man. Come on.
Well,
you can't be wearing that hat and talking about 444.
I can talk about 444 because he's really. I'm saying the 444 is one of his best albums because he's reached a certain point in his life where he is like his own boss in every aspect of his life. And he's talking about being a father. He's talking about being a husband. Like he's reached a place in his life, and it was just beautiful to listen to. In my opinion.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate all that. You
Yeah.
know, being a father, being a husband. But I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear you spit some bars, bro. I want to hear that Jay-Z that just go in the studio and just kill that shit.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's better than fucking like.
I don't want to hear that shit.
I'm not saying it's better than the Black Album or
no.
or Volume 2 Hard Knock Life or Volume 3. Like there's albums that are great of his.
The only person right now that can rap about being a boss, their life, just past experiences that I'm gonna listen to religiously is Aubrey Graham.
Ugh.
Shout out to Drizzy Drake. That's the only dude. Other than that, I want to hear it. I want to hear you spit some bars, bro. Like that's what I want to hear.
I would say hopefully I don't know. I'm hoping that Drizzy stays in that player mode and doesn't have no kids yet. I don't think he's ready. He's ready.
He's never having kids, bro. Like never.
No, I think he wants to have kids. But just not now.
He ain't having no kids.
What is he like 28?
Nah, he's like 30.
Is he 30? He's 30 already? Shit.
Born like 80 something. He's like 30, bro. He's like 30. Has to be early 30s. Because when he put out, right before he put out Nothing Was the Same, he had a track, and he was like, I'm only 27. And Nothing Was the Same came out back in 2013. So he has to be like
arguably his best album ever.
Nothing Was the Same, probably best album.
I'd say it's a tie between Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. I didn't think he would top Take Care, but man, did he do it!
Nothing Was the Same was dope, man. Oh my god.
I just wish for that to be the perfect album, which it was almost the perfect album. I just wish he would have put Girls Love Beyonce as like a bonus track on the album.
Even without that, man. But yeah, that would have been tight. But yeah, even without.
He's 31.
He's 31.
Yeah.
So I mean he.
Like that whole album, my favorite song on that's like Connect, but then there's obviously like Start From the Bottom and Worst Behavior. I love Come Through. Come Through is one of my favorite songs.
Come Through is one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah.
Pound Cake.
I wasn't big on Pound Cake. I wasn't.
Stop.
Boy, if you don't stop.
Boy, if you don't stop. Or Own It.
Like the language.
Yeah, that was a diss to Kendrick.
You think so?
The opening line. You don't remember what he said?
Go ahead.
He was like, what did he say? He was like, "Fuck all y'all." About a reaction, because remember that cipher that Kendrick did?
Yeah, the tuck the soft rapper back into his
pajama clothes.
Yeah.
He was talking about Drake, and then Drake clapped back on that opening line.
Yeah. All right.
He's like, "Fuck going platinum. I looked at my wrist and it's already platinum."
Oh, okay.
I was like, "Okay."
It's true.
Okay.
Well, I mean, nobody's really out as far as like record sales or as far as touring. I'm pretty sure he's like making the most money.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? So he's like the most well-known, most sought after entertainer. You know, I think.
He said, "Fuck any dude that talk all that shit just to get a reaction."
Probably, yeah.
Said.
Probably the only person that probably the only people that make more money than he does is probably like people like Jay-Z or Kanye and like his group. But I'm sure like there's other artists that tour that make more money. Like probably, I couldn't imagine how much Taylor Swift makes her tour. She's got to be raking it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
T-Swift Tuesdays.
T-Swift Tuesdays.
We haven't done that, bro.
We haven't. What?
I said she's probably like every 13-year-old girl's like, you know.
Well, yeah, because every time she dates some guy and they break her heart, she like makes like a platinum selling single out of it. So
are they really breaking her heart?
I don't know.
She's saying that.
I don't know.
Is she breaking
their
heart?
Nah, dude, you're done.
No, because she's been no, she's been connected to it. Yeah, she's like your wife's favorite singer, Mariah Carey. She goes through them all.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, there's only one other person. Shout out to Mariah that goes through more than you.
What, J-Lo?
J-Lo.
Dude,
shout out to Drizzy for getting.
I was about to say, how many times has J-Lo been married? Like 8?
A lot, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even not even married. Like she's always with someone new, but it's like.
Well, is that just because she's having fun, or just because like guys can't handle it, or too high maintenance?
That I mean, like someone like that, J-Lo, those names, like they're huge names, and they're by themselves. Like they're not big because of with somebody else.
Right.
They're big because they made themselves big. So that's a lot to deal with. I think maybe too.
True.
But I don't think they really date anybody that's like lower them in like the status. I think it's always
Wasn't
up
she
or high.
like married to like her dancer or something?
What? Oh, Casper or whatever his name
Or
was.
was that somebody else?
Well, she's been married. To her last relationship I was with her backup dancer, but she married some type of restaurateur the first time around. That ended quickly. Then she was with trying to think. Well, then she was with Diddy for a while. That was
take that.
And then
she was with Mark Anthony too, right?
Ben Affleck. She was married to Mark Anthony.
Yeah.
Divorced.
Okay, Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Fucking. They have twins, I believe, together. And then
she was with Drake. Oh.
I mean, that was like a little microcosm of a second.
Drake
just needed to hit it just that way he can make a bar out of it and then say he did it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like Courtney from Hooters down the street.
Well, Teenage Fever, that track on More Life of his. He used her sample, like, if you have... Yeah, he used that in the whole song. Like, he did that shit on purpose.
I bet.
Shout out to Drake. That was a good track, though. That was probably one of your best tracks on the album. That was a smooth ass track though. Me and Jackie listen to that shit in the car all the time. Driving every time I put on Drake.
No, I like was it Free Smoke and then was it what's the it's like Glidecaster or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was probably my other favorite song on the album.
Tell my ribs. I did not know what that was it. It's Drake, man. You're always gonna get a hit. That
video for that song is fucking hard.
It's ridiculous.
When they're opening the store in the mall or whatever in Toronto, that shit was fucking hard.
Ridiculous. See, and a lot of people give him shit, man, but I'm like, really, like, I commend him, man. Like, you totally did a 180 on your image from playing this kid on this stupid ass
teenage show.
Canadian shit.
Yeah, Canadian Degrassi show. You totally changed your image to being one of the top selling artists in the world.
And his backstory is ridiculous too. Like, did anybody ever think in a million years that the number one artist in America would be this black Canadian Jew?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? Like, his dynamic is ridiculous.
It is. It's crazy, man. So like, you take that, you totally switch it up. You give a Young Money, and you just exceed all expectations that anybody ever had of you. And then every time you keep doing it, you break through something new, and he just keeps putting out crazy shit. Now we just got to get a bottle of Virginia Black on.
Dude, seriously, man. When is that gonna happen?
On the next episode.
Oh, we should do it. We should do like my boy. Shout out N.E.R.D. Noriega.
Oh,
Queen's in the motherfucking building. We need to do like a Drink Champs episode.
Oh, God.
Or we're all taking shots of Virginia Black.
Is he still alive?
Noriega? Hell yeah. He's down in Miami. He has his Drink Champs radio show, dude. Shout out N.E.R.D, man. I love me some N.E.R.D. Don't be hating him. Like, how everyone loved Fat Joe for being Hispanic and from the Bronx, I love N.E.R.D from being Hispanic and being from Queens.
First off,
Queensbridge.
Everybody loved Fat Joe. Everybody liked Big Pun. Big Pun was the man. Shout out to Big Pun.
Yeah.
Shout out to J. Cole for using Big Pun in that bar on American Dream. But I don't know, man. N.E.R.D.
I mean, if you go to the Bronx and you say Fat Joe, people are gonna be like, oh yeah.
I guess I get that. I guess it's like going to Houston and saying Chameleonaire. Everybody's like, all right.
No, it's kind of like going to Houston and saying, yo, UGK.
Yeah, but Chameleonaire is big in Houston too, bro.
I mean, he was.
Bro.
Yes,
he's a household. It don't matter. He's a household name. When's the last time UGK put something out?
Well, UGK's not around anymore. Pimps.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So they've established what they were in their cities. They're legends to everybody.
No, I understand that. It's
like, I mean, Cameron put out an album, but
I love Killer.
Yeah, shout out to Cam. Cam's a shit, but nobody's bumping Cam like that anymore.
Well, no, I mean, no, he's
you go
not.
to Harlem and then you're like, yo, fuck Cam.
What? No. Obviously, he's not as big as he was with like the Diplomats or whatever. I get that, but I wouldn't say like his new album is pretty sweet. DIA and Lean is one of my. I've been playing that regularly. Shout out Cameron. He beat Mace in that fucking battle.
Shout out to Mace.
Murder Mace?
Favorites, yeah. Murder Mace. Bad boy, baby. Oh.
Yeah. Final thoughts?
For me, if you haven't seen Star Wars, get your life together. Get your life together. Go see it. I'm going to go see it again. So you better watch it before next time I see it again.
I might go see it tonight actually if there's like a 7:00 show.
Probably is.
7:00. The Cowboys are playing at 7:00.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Ooh. I have roller hockey at 7:00.
Fuck.
Cowboys in Oakland. Let's go.
Oakland?
I hope Oakland wins.
They're not looking too good.
What are they 7-6?
6-7.
Who is?
Oakland.
is.
Yeah.
Well, no, Cowboys are 7-6.
7-6. Yeah. You just gotta win out. And Giants beat the Eagles, I think, or they were beating the Eagles. So
yes.
if we win out, we get 10-6 slot. Hopefully a wild card, and we'll see what happens.
But yeah,
fuck the Giants too.
Shout out to my Giants, man. Eli Manning, we're behind you. Final thoughts. Yeah, I know it's gonna be a rebuilding phase. Yeah, fuck McAdoo. Anyway, yeah, if you haven't seen Star Wars, go see it. I think it's incredible. But besides that, man, shout out to the Giants. Shout out to my mediocre Knicks. I still love you. Even my Detroit Pistons are blowing ass these days, so I can't have much to celebrate. Shout out Michigan State. They're only one of the top 5 teams that haven't lost yet, or didn't get knocked off this week by like a unranked team. So yeah, besides Michigan State, I have nothing really to celebrate these days.
Okay.
And it's Sunday, and I have to go back to work tomorrow. So
yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
But we'll be there.
Yeah, you
right
will.
next to you.
Yeah, we'll be there.
And a smile on your face. And
yeah,
telling you how bad Eli Manning is.
Oh,
exactly.
dude.
And then when the Cowboys take this dub tonight,
Super Bowl champ Eli Manning, multiple Super Bowl champ,
former.
Trash bag Eli Manning.
Mario Manningham down the sidelines in double coverage.
Anybody can make that fucking.
How many
throw.
times that's been made so many times? High schoolers make that play.
Yeah,
okay.
He was like, this is one of the best catches in Super Bowl history.
No, David Tyree's catch is the best catch in Super Bowl history. I don't care what nobody says. Fuck Dwight Clark.
No, the one that you said. Patriots.
Last year.
That one where it looked like you just.
Elderman, yeah.
The Elderman?
No, that took the cake, bro, because he was in like triple coverage, and it looked like the ball's gonna hit the ground. And he like juggled it, and best catch, man.
No,
I hate the Patriots.
Patriots.
You have to be honest. Like that was the best catch right there.
No, David
triple coverage.
David Tyree in 08, baby.
And triple coverage. You're telling me triple coverage does not top.
Brian Batista, final thoughts. We don't have enough time to argue this, but yeah.
Final thoughts. Last year's catch in Super Bowl was the best catch in Super Bowl history. And we were talking about the albums. If you haven't listened to any of the albums, go ahead and check them out. Check out G-Eazy. G-Eazy was nice. And
check out the Snowman.
Snowman, yeah. And tune in 7:30 ABC or NBC Cowboys, Oakland Raiders.
I will make sure not to tune into
that. Yeah, fuck the Cowboys.
So, boys.
Thanks, everybody. Tune in, subscribe.
Imperfection for the third.
Imperfection for the third. Imperfect human searching for perfection. Have a great evening.